What do we got going on in the video game world? Do we know?
More in the realm of video game adaptation. So I mentioned in the group chat this Until Dawn movie. Have you guys played or seen gameplay of Until Dawn, the game?
I have played Until Dawn, and it's amazing. 10 out of 10.
That's how I discovered MatPat. That's how I discovered GT Live. There was a period when I was just obsessed with watching different playthroughs of Until Dawn. I have watched the game played in its entirety multiple times with multiple options. I was obsessed with Until Dawn.
Yes, I played the game too multiple times to get multiple endings. And then, my wifey, she's always there backseat gaming, but she'll tell me like, kill that one or do this next time. So we like trial and error. And then she also played it on her own and she got the platinum because, they have the trophies. So she made sure she got all the trophies, all the different endings and whatever knickknacks you can collect. So she liked the game enough to do all that. Pretty avid fans over here.
I didn't even bother doing all that. That's so much work. That's just...
Yeah, no, I didn't either. I'm like, I played the game. That's enough for me.
How many people did you kill?
I think my first playthrough, the only one that died, was the Asian girl.
Emotional damage.
Despicable.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just remember I was like, she's kind of annoying. I don't care. But
You did it on
She was
purpose.
kind of annoying.
I went out of my way to save everybody else. So if something happened, I'm like, no, I got to restart. But when her death happened, I was like, well, too bad. Fine, it's about time,
When she's like hanging off the watchtower, like, and she's asking you to pick, like, help! Oh no, babe, I can't, oh no, I can't reach you, oh no.
It's probably the one time I didn't care to press a button. I'm like, that's fine.
That button's kind of far away.
I think I killed like 3 people, but it was all on accident. The first one was the blonde girl because the blonde girl, I didn't get to her in time, like when she was in the elevator shaft. I just didn't get to her in time. My bad. That was my bad. I was just moving too slow. I thought she was going to be okay because I was like, what's the worst that's going to happen? She could die, I guess, is the worst thing that could happen. And then, I forget his name, the black guy. First of all, it's like almost impossible to save him because I can't move that fast. Like, you have to be so, like, quick with it. And I feel like that's rude that they made his the hardest to save because, like, why? Anyways, so he died. Sorry.
That's like Kojima level moves.
That's hilarious, but it's also genius. That'd be
He's to die,
hilarious.
yeah. The
Did they
sacrifice that
really?
needs to be made.
You have to do like 3 quick actions like back to back, and it's like if you don't do it, then he just dies. So I'm like, okay. And then at the end, I didn't know that if you run out of the house, the other people won't like follow you. My thought is like survival of the fittest. Like you see someone run out of the house, like you're gonna follow them. I didn't know I had to babysit everyone and like make sure they all got out of the house. I didn't know that was what we were doing. So my bad.
You are in control of all of them, yeah. But, okay, if they did that on purpose where the black guy is the hardest one to save and, like, for some reason his QuickTime events are harder, that would be low-key genius. Because the whole game is about horror tropes. So, if you program that it's hard to save the black guy, I think that's genius.
I honestly think that was on purpose. I feel like it was purposeful. I feel like you have to have played the game multiple times in order to save him. Like, you need to know that it's coming. Otherwise, like, you're screwed.
Did you watch the trailer for the Until Dawn movie, Bethlehem?
I did not. I didn't even know it was out already. I just thought this was, like, concept work.
There is a trailer.
Are they doing the same actors?
That's the rub.
That's why we're here today.
All the characters were modeled after the actors, right? So, like, they could have literally just done one for one.
They could have, yes, but the thing was that they're older and they're whatever, doing different things. They didn't want to just rehash the same thing.
Which is fair. I feel like that's fair. Give a younger audience.
That doesn't matter anyway, because they're not even doing the same storyline, right?
Exactly. So that's the skinny out there that people are upset about. They're like, this isn't even anything close to Until Dawn. They slap the name on it. They're like, whatever. Even one of the characters in the trailer says, we have to make it Until Dawn. And they're like, Yeah, I have some comments people made under the trailer. Somebody on Reddit said, I'd be so effing stoked for this movie if they had called it literally anything else. I mean, look at it. It's like Groundhog Day meets Cabin in the Woods. That's an objectively good horror movie plot, but it's not Until Dawn.
I mean, they have a point. It's kind of pointless to put a name on something if you're literally going to do anything other than what the name is. Just give it a different name and call it a day. But I mean, I guess it makes sense because when you when you give it a name, everybody knows. You already know you're going to have an audience, whether it be positive or negative. So you already know you're going to make some type of money back from whatever you make.
I mean, they do go to a cabin in the woods, but then there's like an hourglass. Trial and tribulations happens, and then like a monster or a killer pops up, and they all die. But then they have to repeat it once again. So they have to survive until dawn. But then they say nobody's made it past 13 nights. So it sounds way different. I feel like this person, I would watch it, but the fact that they're calling it Until Dawn, it makes me already give it negative points.
That's fair.
Yeah, they're just taking advantage of the built-in audience. Is this a Bloom? It sounds very Bloomhouse. Is this going to be Bloomhouse?
It's a marketing thing, which I get, but also it does sound very Blumhouse.
No, I think it's Sony and something else. Until Dawn is being produced by Screen Gems, PlayStation Productions, and Vertigo Entertainment.
I mean, I'm still gonna watch it. I probably won't go to a theater to watch it, but I'll watch it.
Oh, okay, so the director of this movie has done Lights Out, so that's points up, right? Animal Creation, points up, but then also Shazam and Shazam 2.
See, here's the thing. I like Shazam, which I say that only because I like Zachary Levi. I've never actually watched either Shazam, but I do appreciate Zachary Levi. So for that reason, I'll give it a point.
All very mid projects.
Well, it sounds like a mid project. I mean, I wouldn't spend a whole ton of money to go see Until Dawn in theaters. I feel like that's a streaming type of movie.
That's true. But what is a theater movie these days? I can't even think of it. Like before it used to be Marvel, but even Marvel, I'm not going to go to theaters for anymore.
Certain Marvel movies I'll still go to a theater for. Anything Christopher Nolan, I'll go to a theater for. Barbie was worth seeing in theaters. Oppenheimer was worth seeing in theaters. Wicked was really good.
You know what pissed me off? I wanted to go watch Oppenheimer in theaters. I was gonna do the Barbenheimer. Is that what they're calling it? I was gonna do the whole Barbenheimer combo. So I went. I got a ticket for Barbie. I'm like, "Where's Oppenheimer?" They're like, "Oh yeah, we're not showing it at this theater." I'm like, "What the heck? Why don't you have Oppenheimer here?" I don't get it.
Like, why wouldn't you look that up before going?
It was a spur of the moment thing.
Did you think Barbie was worth the watch in theaters?
A theater watch? No, it wasn't worth a theater watch. It was a good movie. It wasn't a theater watch though.
It was a good movie.
I wish I could have seen it in theaters. I saw it at home.
I feel like it's a different experience in a theater. It's very, I don't know. I feel like it's more somber. I feel like when you're at home, it kind of doesn't tug at the heart and the brain the same, you know?
I was getting to that moment. I was like, when they were having their speech, and then, Barbie's all emotional, and then like the Barbie lady pops up. I was so close to like bawling my eyes out, but at the time, both the kiddos were like obviously a little younger. So they were just getting in the way, and I was just like blue balling it. I was like, oh, God, I just want to have a cathartic minute. I want to enjoy this movie, but I couldn't. But I still liked it overall.
Blue balled by Barbie. I'm sure it's happened to many a man. Blue balled by Barbie.
Ugh.
Blue balled by Barbie.
Hey, you're Ken. You're basically Ken.
I feel like if you're saying that, then you didn't watch the movie.
Because my emotional state was getting interrupted by my f***ing offspring. I liked the movie overall. It was I was about to cry multiple times, and then it had this very like theatrical Bollywood feel to it, with the musical numbers and like the bright colors. I liked it.
It was beautiful.
Speaking of Barbie, Nazis.
Oh my God.